Hi guys, it's Alani with the 4A clan, and I am going to do a video you guys requested. Hey. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry.
We're gonna keep that in there.
No, don't keep it in here, take it out. Okay. Take two. Hi guys, it's Alani from 4A clan, and I'm going to do a video that you guys requested. It is to talk about my experience with my C-section. Well, anyways, so you guys requested my experience with a C-section, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it. So my doctors told me from the start that I would need to have them C-section, and I was kind of butthurt because I wanted to have them naturally, but they told me that it depended on how the babies are positioned. And well, they were doing good for like the first few checkups. They were doing really good, and like they were both in the perfect positions, but then all of a sudden baby A flipped and he was breech. And so they told me that like no matter what, now I'm going to need to have a C-section, because since baby A is the first baby to come out, and if he's gonna be like beat first, there was no way for me to have him vaginally. So yeah, the end. But yeah, so that was the reason why I had gotten a C-section. And like I kept always like asking like, would there still be any possible way for me to have them naturally? And they just kept telling me like, no, because the baby's position, plus it's my first pregnancy, and because I was tiny. And like when the day came, I was pretty nervous, but I was more nervous over the fact of how my sister and my mom were telling me about it. My mom had my older sister, so there's 6 of us that she actually gave birth to, and then my mom adopted 5. So in total there's 11, but out of the 6 that she gave birth to, her firstborn and her last were both C-section, and then the 4 in the middle, including myself, were naturally. And so with my sister, that she had C-section, she said it was horrible. Like the recovery was so bad. The shot was terrible. Like it was just so hard, I guess. Like she just said it was so painful. And then when she had my younger sister, she said that her incision tore, so she had to go and get re-sewn up, and then the recovery started all over again. So I was terrified, like, oh my gosh, like I thought I was gonna rip open. So I thought I was gonna rip open and like, oh my guts are gonna oh my god. Okay. So I thought I was gonna rip open and all my guts were gonna like fly out. And so I was just terrified from the start when they told me I was gonna have a C-section. It was so horrible. Okay, so when the day finally came, we're at the hospital. They're just telling me like when they're gonna be born, and then it comes to, they asked me to get off the bed and to go into like the OR room so that I could get prepped. And I was so terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get that shot now. Like, it's going to be horrible. So I get there. They sit me on, like, the very edge of the bed. And then I just have to get, like, naked or whatever. And I have to do, like, I don't know how he said it. It's like a in cat position, supposedly. Where, like, my body has to go, like, something like that. I had to get, like, that. But, like, kind of stick out my butt. And I had to go like this and then arch my whole body. And then he told me like, okay, you're gonna feel like a really hard pinch and it's going to sting a little, I guess, as everything was going in there. And as soon as he gave it to me, like, oh, I felt so relaxed. It felt good. Like, it wasn't like a painful shot like a lot of people had described it. Like, it actually felt really nice because right after I had gotten the shot there, like, I felt like I was a feather. Like, I was no longer carrying two babies. I no longer had 65 pounds extra. Like, I was just light and everything, and I felt like free. But the weird part was, like, right after they gave me the shot, I instantly went numb, and they made me lay all the way back, and then they lifted me up and put me onto, like, the, how would I say, like, the bed where they're gonna, like, do the procedure on. And it felt so funny when they threw me on there. I felt like I was bouncing like a ball. And then I could kind of feel the babies moving, but I didn't know if they were moving or not because, of course, I was numb. And yeah, of course, I was kind of shocked. Well, I was in shock, kind of. I feel like I had more anxiety more than I was scared. So yeah, I think the only thing that really like scared me and had me terrified was when they strapped my arms and my legs down, so like I couldn't move at all. I was just laying there, like literally just laying there all open and everything. And then they had like a mirror so I could kind of see, but I'm blind so I couldn't really see that good. I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't really see that good, but I could kind of see, and I would just go like this to see. And they had a mirror and I could see everything that was going on. And then it was time for them to like clean up the area where they're gonna cut me. And it looked so weird. I was just laying there. But yeah, so as soon as they brought in Aaron, I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. And well, yeah, so I just stood there looking all around, and like Aaron kept saying, are you okay? He's like, are you okay? He's like, babe, are you okay? And I was like, I'm okay. And like I was shaking, but I guess like the anesthesiologist said that that's normal because of the injection that they gave me. That was normal to be shaking. And like, yeah, that was basically all that I had going on with me in that moment. And I was just like, oh my gosh, when is this happening? But it happened like really quick, but it felt like forever, but then it felt really quick. But all I know is I felt like super relief when I heard the babies cry. And like, I thought I was crying, but I guess I wasn't. I don't know. Like, I felt like I was crying. Like, my body felt like if I would be crying. But I don't know if I was. Was I crying?
Not really. I didn't see you crying.
No?
I don't think so.
I think I started crying when they brought them to me. Yeah, I only started crying when they brought them to me. And then like, yeah, that's basically like my experience wasn't really that bad because I didn't see anything. Like, well, I guess it was kind of weird because I did see Aaron and Aaron was freaking out. Like, he was freaking out bad. And I felt like he was worse than I was, but of course he was one like seeing everything. So of course he would be like that. But yeah, I feel like the worst thing about my delivery or like this pregnancy or whatever was recovery. It was horrible. Yeah, like it was so bad. Right after the babies were born and they took Aaron to go see them, I stood there while they finished me up, and then like 20-30 minutes passed, and then they finally took me back to the room, but my babies were in the NICU, so I couldn't even see them. And then I couldn't even eat or drink anything. I couldn't even drink water, and that's all I wanted. But like the thing is, they brought me ice chips, and I am obsessed with ice. Of course, I'm anemic, so I just ate and ate those things. So my mom was being so dramatic, and she'd be like, you're eating too fast, or you're eating too much, or you better watch out, or else you're gonna throw up. And I didn't believe her, but I ate a whole cup of ice, like really quick. I just like stuffed it all in my mouth and just started like chewing and swallowing it. And then when they came and asked me if I wanted like water or something to drink, I said apple juice. So I like drank all the apple juice, and then like 2 minutes later, there I am reaching for the throat bag and just hurling all over the place. And it hurt so bad to vomit. Like my stomach felt like I don't know how it felt, but it was so painful. And then like my mom was cracking up jokes, and I laugh a lot. And when I laugh hard. And I don't know, it just hurt so bad. I was serious, like I would cry. I would cry because it hurt so bad to even laugh. It hurt to breathe. It hurt to even turn my body. And then like, well yeah, anyways, after that, like 9 hours? Or how many hours until I saw the babies? 7, 8. Yeah, it was 9 hours until I saw my kids. And so I was already pretty like moody anyways. But they told me I could go see them, and oh my gosh, it was so painful. So they put me in a wheelchair, and just me getting off the bed felt like, I don't know, it felt like I was bleeding out of everywhere. And then I was kind of walking like I was hunchback. Yeah, so when they took me off the bed to put me in the wheelchair, it was so painful. Like, I just wanted to throw myself on the floor. I didn't even want to take a step. And I don't know, it was just so hard. And then my body, I couldn't even stand up straight forever. I was like 3 feet tall. Cause like right now, how tall am I? I'm like 5'4". Just kidding. I'm like 5'2". But at that moment, I felt like I was 3 feet because literally I wasn't standing up tall at all. Like I couldn't even stand up straight. I don't know, I was weird. And so by the time when I went to go see the babies, they told me I could hold them, and but they told me like not to try too hard, like not to push myself because I would feel like so much pain. It'd be very painful. But I really didn't care. I wanted to hold my babies, so I got them, and oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. Like I wanted to cry so bad. But every single day, I would still find my way over there into the NICU, holding them and sitting down with them and rocking on the freaking chair with them. But yeah, I feel like that's what pushed me the most, to like walk all the way to the NICU. And that's how I got up quicker and like started walking better, and I recovered a lot quicker. It was because I wanted to see my babies, so like nothing would stop me from wanting to go over there and visit them. But yeah. Also, the very worst thing about that was like going to the bathroom. Like when I first went to the bathroom, there were just clots and clots and clots. And then the stool softeners were lifesavers, but I didn't really go until like 10 days after I gave birth. So it was horrible. And then when I did, oh my gosh. I felt like a child was coming out of that tiny, 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 tiny hole. And that hole is smaller than our other hole, so it was horrible. I seriously cried. Like tears dripped down to the floor all the way below the toilet. I cried very bad. Like I was even Snapchatting Aaron, and I was literally crying, and I Snapchatted him, and I was just all like, I'm actually doing it. But yeah, it was like such a relief, but also so painful. But yeah, I think besides that, it wasn't really that bad. I would say probably the other part would probably just be like how my belly stood. Like I stretched out so bad, and I didn't even get stretch marks until the last couple weeks before they were born. So I thought like I was clear, like stretch marks were out of the question or whatever. But I just started getting them. And what was weird is that mine weren't red, purple, or pink or anything like that. They were literally clear and white. So like my stomach, you couldn't even see the stretch marks unless like I would turn sideways, and my stomach was shiny. Like it was super shiny. It looked weird, huh? Like I didn't get any of those, and so like the stretch marks that I do have, they're already white. So I just need to like tighten up my stomach, but what do I say? Let me see. Like, this is how my stomach stood. And, like, you can't even see my belly button. It's, like, weird. But, yeah, that is my C-section experience. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment. And I will answer them. And I try to reply to all of them. So, yeah. Don't forget to like, share with your friends, comment any questions, and subscribe to us if you haven't already, and also watch our other videos. Bye!